I'm looking for somebody I can call. Looking for the only one I can get my own. Tell me if it's true.
Hey guys, welcome back to Soft Talk by Phil, your little corner in the internet where we talk the real talk, God's talk, and of course that sweet girls talk. I am your host Felicia Hibbert, but you can call me Phil. This space right here that we are creating, it is for us. So whether it's your first time here or you've been here since episode 1 last week, which if you didn't catch, I hope you do catch that because we clocked some tea in there. But if it's just your first episode here, I just want to formally tell you, welcome to the Soft Talk Circle. And this is a podcast where we don't gatekeep. Yes, I might hit my mic every now and then because I use my hand a lot. I am like a mini Donald Trump right now because girl. But you know what? It's okay. So grab your favorite snack, pour that tea, grab your Stanley cup, whatever it is that you need to get comfortable, because right now I want you guys to know that this isn't a podcast. It's not one of those podcasts where you have to pretend or impress anybody. You can show up messy, okay? You can show up with your hair messy, no makeup. Like, I want the real you. I want the authentic, real version of you, okay? So show up with all that overthinking, okay, girl? Come on down. That's what we need over here. So I want you guys to listen. You see this episode? Chef's kiss. Beautiful. This episode is going to be one of them ones, okay? We are talking about becoming that girl. And I want you to know right now, in your head, if you have a version of that girl that you did not create for yourself, erase it right now. I want you to erase that from your mind right now, because the truth is we all have different versions of what that girl can look like. Hey, my that girl from myself is not the same that girl that you could create for yourself. And right now I want the imperfect girl for this episode. I want the girl who knows that it's not a perfect reel every day in life. I want the girl who does not need that 30-step morning routine. Hey, if that is your perfect girl, hey girl, come on down. But if you're doing it because you're seeing it on the internet and you think, oh my God, she has it all together, let's clear our minds right now, okay? I'm talking about the girl who knows who she is, even when the world is trying to tell her otherwise. I want the girl who shows up every time. The one who walks in a room and she doesn't have to say a word and her presence is still felt. That is the girl. That is the girl that we are all aspiring to become. And I want you to be confident. I want you to carry class. I don't want you to chase attention, because at the end of the day, I want you to be the girl who knows her worth, period. Okay? So let's get into it. Okay? So 3 parts, 3 vibes, and a whole lot of Softieee level realness. Okay, so let's just jump into the next segment. So for this next segment, I'm going to be calling it Confidence Without Cap. Like, that's it, right? So we are going to be talking about confidence, real life confidence, not the kind that you put on like lip gloss when you're going out. Speaking of lip gloss, yeah, me and a NYX butter gloss go together real bad. Pardon me. The lady lip dry body. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm talking about the kind that sticks out with you, even when your edges ain't laid. Okay, when your day's been trash or like nothing's going right. Like that quiet confidence that doesn't need an applause or attention. It's just, there. Let's be honest for a second, right? Nowadays, everybody is out here acting unbothered or savage or, whatever the words that you guys are using right now. For me, unbothered and savage were like, I had to be that. Like, I had to be the girl who was always unbothered all the time, savage all the time. It was just like, okay, this is true confidence. But to be honest, it's not. Because half of the time, it's just a cover-up. You are bothered. It did bother you. It's okay. And I think we need to start recognizing that half of the time it really is a cover-up. People are faking confidence so hard. They don't even know what being secure in themselves actually feels like. Like, that is where we are in this world right now. But the truth is, I want you, my softies, to not perform. Like, you do not need to perform. You do not need to fake it till you make it. Like, your power is in you. And it's in being real and being soft and strong and being confident without all of that cap. Okay? Like, let's just let go. I get it. Yes, you're beautiful, but that's not even your superpower. That is just a part of everything, right? Your real glow, it's the way you know yourself, right? It's in that way. The way that you know yourself, it's how you don't fold just to fitting. It's how you set boundaries and you still show love. And guess what? Confidence doesn't mean being loud or always on. Okay, like, some of the most confident girls are in the quiet girls. And we tend to mix that up because those girls aren't the girls who just get up and yap, 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 or just loud every day. Like, the ones who peep everything. Like, they say very little and they still leave the room shook. Can you pay attention to that some of the time? Like, pay attention to the girls who are just quiet. They don't always have to say something. And you don't have to be the loudest in the room to own it. That is something that I had to learn because there was a point in my life where I thought that being the loudest girl was like, yeah. But no, the truth is sometimes it's your peace that speaks the loudest, right? And I want you guys to understand that if you ever question if you're doing enough or you don't need to look a certain way, right? Or if you need to look a certain way to feel like that girl, let me tell you right now, you're already here. You just need to stop doubting it. Like, you're already that girl. So, my lovely softies, so now that we've got that confidence flowing, let's talk about something that takes it up a notch. Like, something you don't see a lot of these days, but when you do, it's unforgettable. We are talking about class next. And no, not the boring kind. I'm talking that girl energy with elegance. In this segment of the show, I want to call Class with No Compromise. We are talking about class, y'all. And we're not talking about class in school. We are talking about class. The part that you carry in your everyday. Okay? I'm not talking about sipping tea with your pinky up. I'm not talking about dressing like you're going to some brunch with the queen, unless that's your vibe. Do you, boo? Like, I'm talking about the quiet elegance, that grown but still soft energy, that I know who I am and I'm not lowering the bar for anybody kind of grace, right? You see, class is less about how you look and way more about how you move. And it's how you carry yourself when nobody's watching. Because the truth is, if a lot of you guys who classify yourself as a classy woman or a classy girl, if a camera was supposed to secretly follow you around 24/7, I'm pretty sure you'd be questioning yourself. Because are you actually walking around with this fast? Are you moving with this fast if you are no longer in a space where the world is seeing you, right? It's how you talk about other girls when they're not in the room. And it's how you don't have to put anyone else down just to feel good about yourself. And honestly, that is something that I think that a lot of us are struggled with. At your age, gossiping is just normal. It's like, it's the thing to do. Putting down someone else, I never understood why we had to do that. But it's like, it's a part of girl culture. And I don't know why, but we do it. And the truth is, not because we do it or we see people doing it that is right? You know, real class is about being kind and having boundaries and being able to walk away from drama without dragging it behind you, right? And it's choosing silence over clapbacks. I know it's not that easy. It's easier said than done. I have learned that now. But you have to learn that because you have to know that your energy is too expensive to spend it on nonsense. Like, I'm not saying be perfect. I am not saying that because not even God requires perfection, right? But I am saying don't water yourself down just to blend in with people who don't even know who they are yet, right? You don't have to prove that you're above the mess. Like, you don't. You just don't engage with it. It's simple. You don't have to prove that. All you have to do is just not engage in it. And that's what makes people look at you and go, wow, like, she's different. And honestly, let's be real. Because having class isn't always popular. It's not always a popular option. And that's okay. Because popularity is kind of overrated, to be honest. Sometimes people will say you're doing too much just because you have standards. Let them talk. One thing that I have figured out growing up is that people will talk. Regardless, if you're doing good, they're going to talk. If you're doing bad, they're going to talk. Because honestly, the right people, they will respect you for it. And the wrong ones, they're going to remove themselves. You just have to learn that. And you are not for everybody. That is okay. It's okay to not be for everybody.
I'm not here. I'm not everybody cup of tea, as Queenie said. Me and a mug. Okay? So
classy girls don't chase, they attract, right? And when you have peace and boundaries and self-respect, sweet girl, my sweet Softieee, you become untouchable. And if nobody told you lately, keep it classy. Like, even when it's hard, even when it's not the best, even when it's tempting to clap back, because that girl you are becoming, she's confident, right? But she's not just confident. She's got poise, presence, and power. And with that, it shows. Right? So, my lovely soft girl, we've talked about confidence, we've talked about class, but there's one more piece to this. That girl energy. And it might be the hardest to master. Because take it from me, I didn't have it all figured out. I still don't, but I'm learning, and I have learned it at an older age. But if I knew it at your age, I probably would be better off. But you know what that is? Are you ready? I want us to talk about self-respect. I see where teenage girls right now are lacking self-respect so bad. Like, it is non-existent. And I'm trying to help y'all to get that back. Like, the real kind of self-respect, not that fake, I'm done with him, or that fake whatever that lasts for like 2 days. Honey, I mean the deep-rooted, I love myself too much to settle kind of self-respect. Okay? So in the next segment, that is what we are going to be talking about. See you there. So in this segment that I would like to call Self-Respect is the Real Glow Up, we are going to be talking about a little deeper type of thing. You know, honestly, we've spoken about confidence, we've spoken about class, and now we are digging deeper, okay? Because you can't become that girl without this one thing locked in. Self-respect. Like, and I'm not talking about saying I know my worth, because it's easier to say. It's so easy to say I know my worth. I've said it a million times, or you said it on Instagram, or you know, then you're entertaining the bare minimum energy behind the closed doors. And I'm just like, girl, we've all been here. Probably you haven't even started. But I'm telling you, don't start. I'm telling you, have self-respect from the get-go so you can avoid certain things. And I'm telling you from someone who has been there. I have been the girl who has been assertive, self-respect, showing towards the whole world. But behind the closed doors, I'm like, girl, you ain't doing none of that you saying. Like, get your act together. Okay. So, no, I'm talking about the kind of self-respect that shifts your whole life. Okay. The kind that checks you before you go replying to that text, you know, ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. I'm telling you right now. Okay. You know the kind of self-respect that I'm talking about? I'm pretty sure you know it. Now let's dig deep into finding it. You know, the kind that checks you before you go replying to that text that makes no sense. You know, the kind that whispers, sis, we're not going back to whatever broke us. Nope, not again. We're not doing that. And I get it. Right now, you're so pretty. You're so beautiful. You're young, right? I get it. You might have not even experienced all the heartbreaks yet. Okay, nor the hard lessons yet. And honestly, that is okay. But let me tell you this straight up. You will. At some point, life's gonna hit. Feelings are gonna hit. And people will test you. That's just the truth. That's just the matter of it. And your hormones are going to start to kick in, and they're about to, do things. You're going to start feeling things a little differently than how you usually feel them. A little more intense, a little more confusing, but that is all a part of it. That is all a part of it. But here is what, this is how I like to explain it, right? You see, the moment that you step into your teenage years, it's like you're on a quest. Yeah, like a real life mission. And on this quest journey, you start collecting these powerful gemstones. So like for all my Marvel fans, you know how Thanos was like collecting those stones, the Infinity Stones, and he just had to use it to power that arm thing. Right. Each stone teaches you something. Each one of these stones, it adds to your power, your wisdom, your glow. And when you finally reach that womanhood stage and you've got all the stones, just like Thanos in your cute little glittery infinity bracelet. Let's use a bracelet for conversational purposes, right? It's like you finally unlock your true power. And now let me be real. These stones don't just fall into your lap. No. They're scattered, right? They're scattered as you grow from 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 19, right? They're scattered. But you have to grow through the stuff to find them. And honestly, if I had to put it in a nutshell for you, from everything I've lived and seen and learned, I believe that there are 5 major gems, right? For every teen girl to start collecting that shapes her into becoming the woman that she wants to become. Self-respect is one of the heaviest, brightest, most valuable of them all. And you can't fake it. You can't borrow it. You just have to earn it. You have to earn it every time you choose you over what's easy. Self-respect means not begging to be chosen, right? It's not shrinking to keep a spot in someone else's life. It means knowing when to walk away, even when it hurts. But staying would cost you too much. And honestly, for the stones, I kind of put them in, they're not in any specific order, okay? I'm just telling you, and this is just my analogy of it. You might figure out like different stones as you go, but these are just the 5 that I think every teenage girl has to collect, right? So we have 1, the confidence stone. Honestly, this is the first stone I believe that as a female that you are going to come across, because it starts inside. It's that moment you begin to look into the mirror and say, okay, yeah, I like her. I like the girl that I'm becoming. I trust this girl. You know how we tend to get up every time we're upset, we start saying things like, the only person I trust is myself. Now, this is you looking in the mirror and you're saying, I trust her. I like her. And it's not about being like the prettiest or the loudest, right? It's about learning how to walk with your head high, or, even when you feel unsure. You earn this stone when you start believing that you deserve good things just because you're yourself. Just because you're you. I mean, yeah. Then we have the self-respect stone. I told you guys it's one of the heaviest stones, right? This one's a little heavier than the confidence stone. It's not easy to find because it shows up after you've been tested, right? You collect it when you stop allowing people to play with your heart or your time or your peace. It's choosing your worth over attention. It's walking away with grace instead of just staying out of fear. That is when you gather this stone, right? This stone shows up when you stop settling and start protecting you. Now you have to start noticing that it has a lot to do with you. You can't earn it based on other people. So stop living your life to please other people. Our next stone is the boundary stone. Yes, the boundary stone. This one is kind of tricky, but necessary, right? This stone appears when you finally realize that I don't have to be everything for everyone. Because the truth is you can't. You can't please everyone, and that is the truth. Look at Jesus. Jesus couldn't please everybody. He's a just man and he was crucified. Why do you think you'll be able to please everybody? You can't be everything for everyone, and that is just the truth. You collect this soul when you start to say no without feeling guilty, or when you start to say yes without pressure, right? It's knowing when to let people in and when to protect your space. Like, boundaries don't push the right people away, right? They show people how to love you correctly. That's what boundaries do. So anyone who leaves after you set a boundary, let them go. Stop fighting that. Let them go. The next stone, which is one of my favorite stones, is called the Wisdom Stone. Now, this gem right here, it doesn't come from books. I'm telling you right now, it does not come from books. It does not come from scientists. It does not come from people touring the world telling you all of what they gotta tell you. It does not come from that. It comes from life, and it comes from God. Okay? From every mistake or every moment that you had to learn the hard way, you gain this stone when you stop moving off impulse. Now, this is a stone that I gathered later in life, but I'm going to get to that. But, you stop moving off impulse, and you start making decisions based on what's best, not just what feels good, right? Wisdom says, I've seen this before, and I know how to move now. That is when you know that you have gained the wisdom. Because the truth is, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result, the same, that's insanity. And I know that is insanity, because why haven't you learned the lesson yet? Exactly. So it's like this gem, it's like your inner compass. It's guiding you from girl to grown. And then the last stone is the soft power stone. Last but definitely not least, okay? This is the stone of feminine grace. Now, a lot of us don't want to grab this stone because we are in a world right now where we are constantly debating like masculine energy and feminine energy, and I gotta be masculine because men aren't being masculine. And girl, let's wrap it up. Wrap this conversation up. Okay, let's grab this stone immediately, right? We are grabbing the soft power stone. This stone is feminine grace. This is the ability to be soft and strong. Like, there is no need to choose one or the other. Okay, this is you having both. It's what makes you magnetic, right? Not because you chase, but because you attract. Remember I said that already. You collect this when you stop trying to prove yourself and just show up as you, right? That is when you collect this stone. Now, this stone is quiet confidence, it's quiet strength, it's quiet beauty, it's power that doesn't perform. It just is. And honestly, when you collected all 5 of these stones, well, let me tell you right now, I'm going to be 100% real with you, sis. You probably won't collect all of them during your teen years. Remember I said that earlier, that I learned about the whole impulse thing at a later date or a later time in my life, but you don't have to collect all of them during your teenage years, and you probably won't. You probably won't. And that is okay. It doesn't mean that you're behind. That doesn't mean you're failing. And it definitely does not mean you're not worthy, right? You are exactly where you're supposed to be. The truth is, some stones show up early while others take time, right? But the beautiful thing is the ones you do have, the ones that you have collected, they carry just enough power to guide you towards the one that you're still discovering, right? Because honestly, your stones are connected. They are connected, right? Confidence leads to self-respect. Self-respect leads to make room for boundaries, and boundaries protect your wisdom, and wisdom unlocks your soft power. Like, they're all connected. It all flows together, and it's all for you. It's for you to get, right? And when you do gather all of them though, when you've been through enough to see the bigger picture, that's when you fully step into your womanhood, right? That is when it all happens. And it's no longer just cute outfits or a girl who people say has potential. Like, no, you are now a woman. Right? And I love that I'm here to give you that. You are a woman who's done the inner work, who knows who she is, right? Who moves with intention, who loves, and who has a legacy. You have a legacy to protect. You have a legacy to build. And when you have gathered all of those stones, my lovely, lovely Softieee, I want you to know that you're already on the path. You're already collecting them one stone at a time. And listen, I get it. It's hard sometimes. I get that you love people, you give chances, you see the good in them, but you have to get to the point where you have to ask yourself, where's the same energy for you? Right? You can't keep pouring into everybody else while you're running on empty. You can't keep letting people play with your peace just because you're scared to be alone. Right? Girl, being alone with peace is always better than being surrounded by people who drain you. And here's the thing nobody really tells us, right? Self-respect is quiet. It doesn't always come with the buzz. You might lose people. You might feel misunderstood. But my lovely Softieee, you will gain yourself, right? And once you start loving you properly, I can tell you right now, you stop entertaining anything that doesn't feel like love, that doesn't feel like peace or purpose. So don't let loneliness trick you into forgetting your value. Okay? Don't let boredom make you call what God already told you to block. I've been there. I've done that. I've had to learn the hard way. Hence why I am here with my beautiful women now. My beautiful young women who are growing and blossoming into the beautiful young women of class. Okay? Don't let fake love convince you to settle, because that girl that you're becoming, that girl, she loves herself enough to say no, to protect her energy, to choose herself without guilt. That's not ego. Don't let the world trick you into telling you that's ego. Honestly, that is growing, right? And my lovely, beautiful girlies, I just want y'all to always remember that. So my Softieee, lovely, lovely, lovely Softies, I want to say that is it for today's episode of Soft Talk by Phil. I hope something in this episode hit your heart, it made you smile, or it gave you that moment. If you felt this, share it with a sister who needs the reminder. Post it, tag us, send it in the group chat. Let's make this a movement. Because remember, self-love is not just a podcast. It's a movement. And remember, becoming that girl isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about being intentional and doing the inner work even when it's messy, right? So you've got this, Softieee, and I'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way. So let's keep this sisterhood growing, one truth at a time. And before you go, say it with me. I am God's girl, wise, worthy, and walking in purpose. I protect my peace, honor my word, and live with grace. I don't chase attention. I carry class. I am soft. I am strong, and I am becoming her. Stay soft, stay grounded, stay God's girl. Bye guys. See you next week.
Behind the scene.
That is what being confident is. Being confident. Who are growing and blossoming. Who are growing and blossoming. Who are growing and blossoming. You know what? Blossoming.